Hi friends, it's Dylan, and welcome to Toy Lips. We're looking to moisten them. I'm Bob Moisten. This time with a look at the NECA Mirage Turtles Fugitoid. That's right, Bob, from the original Mirage comics. He is part of the NECA and Target Haulathon event. I pre-ordered this one when they went live last Friday, but they are hitting stores now. Checking out the packaging, you can see it has its own unique design, as opposed to, say, the cartoon turtles or the movie turtles or the video game turtles. These are the comic book turtles, and this is Fugitoid. You can see some great promotional shots on the back. Ooh, spotlighting a turtle. And some other figures announced for the line. Nice artwork on the side there. Logo on the top, all classic comic book style. And just looking beautiful in the box here. One more shot and some credits, if you will. Twist your bendy arms up. Give him a big hand, folks. Give him a big hand. You can see right there a designation of number 1. Anyway, let's get into it. So, blowing open the clam here and just really exposing its contents. Our fearful friend Fugitoid comes with a fair amount of accessories. We'll take a closer look at all of these in a bit, but I wanted to point out this typically just garbage. I have a problem with hoarding these. But look at this nice comic stylized cityscape here. That is awesome. Little street just kind of falls over. Why we had it pushed all the way back there. Good times. So first I want to take a closer look at the figure itself, and then we will continue to look at the accessories. Then we'll go into the articulation, how this thing moves, followed by a comparison to other figures you may have, and then a final breakdown at the end. Whether or not I think this thing is worth the money. About $33, I think. So this is Fugitoid. He is an OG Ninja Turtles comic book character from 1985. Professor Honeycutt was looking for a way to control robots with his mind and accidentally transferred his mind into a robot, and you can see aesthetically he is stylized to look like a comic book character, and I think it works really well. It's kind of a trip to see in person. Just trickery, splotches, and goo, and you twist the thing around and just. I know there's an argument that could be made for just making a regular figure and having natural light and shadow do its thing, but Hasbro's got to find a way to recolor and re-release their figures somehow. $28. Ugh. I know, but this guy was $33, and it's NECA stuff. They have ultimate scale and pricing, all this weird crap going on, but he seems to come with a fair amount of accessories and stuff not just for him. So I am enjoying that aspect. I do not have any of the Mirage Turtles, them being from so long ago, but I mean, I would bet they'll be coming soon in a new hot form. Anyway, stoked to get a hold of one of these, and so soon too. It was like less than a week turnaround. Detailed really nicely here. This paintwork is really the star of the show. Of course, the sculpt is very unique and tripped out too. A little mouth slit here, some head holes, these nice eyes, these big high beam eyes. Little stick neck here, and this thing is, by the way, made with bendy wire at the major points. That neck as well seems like bendy wire. Trip. Big prominently featured design on here. Otherwise, it'd just be a plain gray, right? And you see, it's like it's coming from a certain side here. The light perhaps coming from this way, this higher shine. And these nice, they're smooth, but the paint detail is really nice. It brings them to life here. Little grasping fingers at the end of this here. Sort of a simplistic art style from the comic books then. It was just sort of there. This thing, if you Google image that stuff, I mean, this is exactly. No peg holes on the bottoms of the feet. What up with that? But, whatever. He stands great. This thing looks real sharp, real smart. That's a real smart-looking figure. Now, if you look, you will continue to look at the accessories. This whole mess of them that he comes with. Everything from this nice little, futuristic shackles you plug his hands into. And he comes with stuff to share. In fact, they encourage it on the packaging, sharing items with Ninja Turtles. Really nicely detailed here, the sculpting and the applied paint. These are fantastic. We will, of course, attempt to wrestle this onto Professor Honeycutt's arm. This is kind of a softer piece here. This larger weapon here comes with these two little space pistols. These are both looking great. And then this sucker right here. More futuristic weaponry designed back in the 80s. Looking really solid. The detail on these is great. And of course, a whole host of hands with which to swallow these weapons. A couple that are doing this, they just maybe a slightly wider variation of that. Yes, grasping, and then woo, just blooming, thrusting, thrashing all over the place. That type of hand. So this is good. I mean, for the price, you want a lot of this going on, you know. Anyway, how does this probably with the grasping hand would be the best move, right? Should that just go in first? Plug this in, plug this on. What's the thumb? What's your thumb look like, bro? Triple header. Do I need to get one over that? Yes. Ooh, sick. Slides right on there. I'm thinking something like that, you know? Really beefs up his presence. Other such things, is this the other grasping one? Gotta really get close. Yeah, it's like this. Then you could this. Dr. Honey cutting ya. All right, all right. What about this guy? I would bet we would just remove the hand and just fake it. Stick the arm in there. Yeah. Really get them bendy joints working. Twist that over so you can cuff them. All right, I'll accept that. All right, looking at old Mealy Mouth's articulation. This is a really interesting bit. He's got several points of traditional artic, but it's comprised mainly of bendy wires. These major appendages are his arms are bendy wires. So that's very interesting. Up here at the head, it appears like it's on joints. This bendy wire would be like a joint at either end plugged in, joining all these pieces, and you could twist the thing around, right? But I can't break this head free. I've had it in front of the heater. I've run it under hot water for a while, and I like practically turn it all the way around. I don't want to tear the head off of this thing, but it's got no give. So I don't know if other people have some experience here. It seems like the head would move. But otherwise, you can push it back and forward and whatever, kind of irrelevant. He's just looking this way and looking this way. Solid. Anyway, shoulders here, they will just rotate, old school like 5 points, rotocast style. That's the same thing at the legs too. You're gonna see that. So it'll go all the way around in that sense. But like I said, these are bendy wires, very interesting, and they're jointed at both ends. So they're all pivot points. A couple of mine were a little stuck, nothing bad though. I just kind of worked them. But of course, that means everything will rotate on everything else. The hands, they plug in really easily. That's refreshing. Whatever you can get away with, though, right? Torso, here we have some more conventional articulation. It's at the torso, where it is this diaphragm cut. It'll go side to side and forward and back. But otherwise, no waist here. Perhaps it would just be too insubstantial a piece. It's just this ovular shape here plugged in to this big pill that is his hips. His gleaming hip shaft. So of course these are rotated. These will go all the way, you know, any way you want them to go. And again, it's jointed at each of these points. So it'll rotate all the way around on those. Bendy wire, you know, it's bendy wire. It's like, how much do you want to mangle that wire? You'll find they all have their little like relief holes in them, as like bendy toys would. But otherwise, it's just sort of you know, it becomes kind of a pain. Like you could twist him up into a bit of a U shape.
Curled in
I don't want to like destroy it too much, you know, but it's a freaking bendy wire. It's a weird gig. He can do stuff. Does it make it seem a little cheap? I mean, kinda, but this is very unique. It's a good opportunity to use something like this. I think. I wish my head moved. Did it just? See, it just slowly resets. I mean, the articulation is interesting. You get a good range of expression, but it's something else. Alright, the NECA comic book Fugitoid stands 5 3/4 of an inch. For comparison, here he is with his bright green brothers, the NECA Style Guide Color Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo and Donatello. And they're about the same size. I think he fits in well here. Here he is with the cartoon Bebop and Roadkill Rodney. For a good look at the size spectrum. Cartoon Foot Soldier and Shredder. I know, this poor prick doesn't have any of the Mirage figures. So how about a movie figures comparison? More NECA love with the fantastic 1990s movie Leonardo and the sequel Secret of the Ooze Toka. You can get your set right now on the NECA online store for a limited time only, and you can catch my review right here on this channel. For all of time, because I'm there for you. For comparison with a couple of other toy lines, here he is next to the Fwoosh Articulated Icons Feudal Series Red Ninja and the Mezco 112 Collective Michael Shannon-looking Cable. Alright, for a standard 6-inch size comparison, from the hot new to the old gold, we have the Marvel Legends Sizzling Symbiote Spider-Man and the Marvel Legends Morning Coffee, mostly Bucky Cap Deadpool. So at the end of the day, I am digging the funky Fugit. The NECA Ninja Turtles Mirage Comics Fugitoid. You know what? This thing is really visually striking, really appealing, I think. I know the cell shading look isn't for everyone, but they got to have a place to put it in there somewhere and milk you a little more. No, this is like a new figure. There was an old release. Was there an old release? I'm sure there was. It's not this, though. I don't have that. That was off my radar. That was so many years ago. But I do like what they've provided here. Some interesting choices for sure, but you can't have all your figures exactly the same. He articulates fairly well. Bendy wire. Technically, it adds a whole bunch of points on either end of those wires, but it's bendy wire. It's weird. You'll destroy them. You're just destroying me inside. The big sticking point these days, it becomes, it's a price thing with them going up all over. Every man must reevaluate his priorities, his purchasing choices. And, but you have to leave room for things going up just in general. That's just the way it works. I mean, I think, again, this was like $32.99. Just pre-tax, pre-shipping, whatever, He at least comes loaded up with kicking accessories, and this is something you don't see every day, and maybe kicking off a new run of Mirage Turtle figures. I'm not mad about it at all. I want to give it like an 8 out of 10. You see what I did there? Don't look, we're getting out of here. See you later. Thanks.